Good
evening. This is your 5-minute warning. In fact, it's a 3-minute warning that we're here. Hello, lovely to see you. We're just going to yatter a bit until...
Hello, Cheryl.
1:30.
Hello, John.
Hello, Alice and the Fruits. Hello, Isabel. Glad to have you with us. We'll wait and see who else comes to join us and comes to play.
There are going to be 5 rounds this evening. We'll have a short break after the 3rd round.
We're not telling you what the rounds are yet. That would be too easy. Give you time for research.
Roughly 10, well, there are 10 questions in each round.
Apart from the round that has 11.
And some have more than 1 point. So there aren't 10 points to each round, but I haven't added them all up. So there will be more than 50 points. And it's generally topical questions tonight. And we will need to give some clues to some of the far-flung quizzers who might not recognise some of the people in the questions later, but we'll give clues where appropriate. Hope you're all well. It's dry here at the moment if you're in far-flung places.
There will obviously also be the additional bonus round that I'm sure you will look forward to.
And if you can, as a result of that round, if you can send in photos, then we'll try and get those compiled and put up towards the end or at the end of the quiz. Fruits. Sorry. See if we get any reaction. It's a bit of on-screen.
Oh, you've changed your name. You're Broomhall Brainiacs.
Broomhall Brainiacs. Very good. Welcome. What's Ryan saying? We could have some music, couldn't we, in the background?
Can we sing?
No.
Well, that's not very nice, is it? Broomhall Brainiacs. I'm just changing a bit of typing here.
No, you're on.
Well, we would be, because that was the plan. You wanted to come and hear. Hello, Rachel and the Shiny Shentons. That's a nice name. Do you want to be Rachel and the Shiny Shentons or, the Shenny Shentons?
Shenny Shentons.
We can manage that. Oh.
So we're still waiting for any of the Emery crew. Emery, Brazier, Stiley. What they're calling themselves today, I'm not sure.
We haven't got Corona alone with us tonight, have we?
Shiny.
Shinny or shiny?
Shiny.
You can be shiny if you like. I'm going to spell it my way, though.
Quizzy Rascals have arrived.
Have they?
Yes.
Hey.
Oh, that's how we know they are. Quizzy Rascals.
Evening, Quizzy Rascals. Lovely to have you with us too. Are you your normal 4?
I only saw that on there. Is it not on here?
Is it working on YouTube? Is it on YouTube? Are you on YouTube?
No, yeah, I'm on YouTube. And the McWilliamses and the Taylors have arrived.
Evening from the McTaylors. Lovely to have you with us too. So we know we're waiting for oh, who are we waiting for?
Phil and Ray will begin in a minute. That's how many teams you got.
Don't Tell Them Your Name Pike. I don't think they're...
Who was Don't Tell Them Your Name Pike previously?
The Leaves. The Leaves County. You got that written down?
No, I haven't got the Leaves. All four rascals. Well done, Pols.
Judith, lovely to have you with us. Lovely to have you with us, Jack. Thought there was a delay, but there isn't.
There's always a delay on your internet, Rachel. You put another pound in the slot.
Emery's, you're nearly there. It's all going wrong.
Going wrong.
I assume you can't blame Barbara for this.
Yeah, who's got Barbara with them?
Is Barbara anywhere this evening? Who knows?
Who knows?
So how many teams have you got written down?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at the moment.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, 2. Oh,
I haven't got the Emerys.
no, I haven't got the Emerys. What are the Emerys calling themselves this evening? So we'll just see if they're...
So that would be 8. 8 teams would be fine.
That would be brilliant. Right, while we wait for the braziers, we'll do the housekeeping and the rules. The rules are as per the previous two, really. There will be 5 rounds of questions. There are 10 questions in each of the rounds, apart from one which has a bonus, because I got too excited and then couldn't decide which question to leave out. We'll have 3 rounds, then we'll have a break for 10 minutes just to allow us to do some housekeeping, during which time we will set you the bonus round, which will involve you sending photographs in of the bonus things. But if you're ready, we'll get going. So the first round this evening, now we're being topical. Oh, that's not the right one. We don't want to share that with you. Let's do this again, shall we? Oh, the Swanberries.
Swanberries.
Is that going to work? No, no. Oh, it's all going badly wrong here. There it is. So we are being topical, we think. There we go. So the first round is Wimbledon, because, of course, on Monday, Wimbledon would have started, and those that know us know that we like a bit of Wimbledon. So we shall go.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So very simply, who are the current singles champions of Wimbledon? So who won the singles last year?
Don't keep moving it, because that'll be moving slower than that.
Yeah, there we go. Got it. So there can be 2 points for that, obviously. Who are the current singles champions from Wimbledon? Question 2. Apparently, Wimbledon is expected to claim on their insurance as a result of the pandemic, in pounds, obviously. So answer, which of these 4 answers are they likely to be putting a claim in for? 10 million, 50 million, 100 million, or 200 million? All a lot of money.
Give it a chance.
Question 3. Very famous longest ever match took place in 2010. The final set score being 70-68. So who played in this match? So that's 2 points for each person, a point for each person. So there's 2 points. And who won? So that's, I suppose that's technically 3 points in total for this question. The longest ever match, who played and who won? Question 4. who is the only player to have won the Golden Slam, what they call a Golden Slam, which is in a calendar year, the Australian, the US, Wimbledon, and the French, plus the Olympic gold. So obviously it can only happen every time there's an Olympics, once every 4 years. But there is only one player to have ever won the 4 slams and the Olympic gold in a calendar year.
I think you might need to give them a moment to think about that one.
Yeah, maybe. We can't see the comments to know whether we're going too quickly or not.
Oh, that was why we were doing that, because then we could
see a lot more, couldn't we? Could see the 2 screens and everything. Question 5, how many tennis balls are prepared ahead of each year at Wimbledon? And again, we've given you multiple choice. How many tennis balls are prepared ahead of the championships each year? 13,000, 39,000, 54,000, 100,000. Question 6, very specific numbers here. How many portions of strawberries are eaten at Wimbledon? Presume these are figures from last year. How many portions of strawberries are eaten at Wimbledon? I'm not going to read out the numbers. You can see them. They're all a lot. It's lots of strawberries. I don't know how many gallons of cream that would be. An awful lot. And apparently, we did see earlier this year the normal growers of the strawberries for Wimbledon have just had them all made into jam this year. So they've not gone to waste. They've all been made into jam. Question 7. How many times did Tim Henman reach the semi-finals of Wimbledon? So there was that era of tennis where we were all hoping Tim was our great hope, and he did really, really, really well.
Really well.
And he did get to the semi-finals a number of times, but never quite to the final. Question 8. Who was the last British woman to win a Grand Slam? Very simply, who was the last British woman to win a Grand Slam?
You could give an extra point out for the year.
Could give an extra point. That's almost like a question of sport, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. Who was the last British woman to win a Grand Slam? And on a lighter note, depends whether you like the person or not, I suppose, who sang during a rain delay in the Royal Box in 1986? And it wasn't the Queen, I don't think.
She wasn't in the Royal Box in that year.
Wasn't she? No. And is this the last one? No. Question 10. Which year was the roof put on centre court?
It's one more, because this was my...
Okay, Diana, I like this last question. So which year was the roof put on centre court? I'm going to have to look at the chat. And question 11. How many Wimbledon singles titles do the Williams sisters have between them? If that makes any sense. They both won the singles titles, and you need to add up their individual winnings to how many singles titles do they have between them. And that's not the gap between them, that's adding the two.
Yes.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Single, don't press the button again. Right, would anybody like any of those questions again? If you would like to let us know on either the Facebook chat or on the YouTube chat.
Can you see that? Are we being
Oh, Alison Griffiths, you're here. Are you playing?
oh,
Are you a team? Just make it small. So does anybody want any of those questions again? Oh, sorry, number 3.
3, please.
So the longest ever match took place in 2010 with the final set score being 70-68. Who played in this match and who won?
Speed okay. Thanks, Cheryl. Now, is it on Facebook that whatever we say is coming up as...
Yes, you can put captions on Facebook. Very exciting.
So you can... I'll be interested to know if there are any real faux pas with what we say and what gets printed.
It is, because someone said, thanks, Gerald. Okay, so if nobody wants any more questions, we'll
results,
do the answers.
Yeah, we'll do the answers before they tell us the scores. Well done.
So current singles champions are Novak Djokovic and Simona Halep. It's 2 points for that one. You can add up how many points there is out of.
I am.
Number 2. How much is Wimbledon expected to claim on their insurance? A nice 100 million, nice round figure. Number 3, the longest match took place, it was Mihut, not Mihut. It took place between John Isner and Nicholas Mihut. That's a spelling mistake, I do apologise. And the winner of that match was John Isner. So 3 points if you got John Isner, Nicholas Mihut, and that John Isner was the winner.
So question 4, the only player to have won the Golden Slam in a calendar year was Steffi Graf. Question 5, how many tennis balls are prepared? That's 54,000. It's quite a lot.
It's a huge number.
Number 6, how many portions of strawberries? It's 191,930, apparently.
That would make a lot of jam, apart from anything else.
A lot of jam. Question 7, how many times did Tim Henman, semi-finals of Wimbledon, it was 4, and he also reached the semis at the French and the US Open. So he had a really good career playing and obviously still involved. Question 8. The last woman to win a Grand Slam, British woman, was Virginia Wade in 77. I've lost track now.
I can't help that.
Virginia Wade, 77.
So it's 2 points there, Virginia Wade, and 1 for 77 as an extra bonus. Number 9, Cliff Richard. It was Cliff Richard who famously sang in the Royal Box in 1986 with a host of backing singers who were the current female single players of the day. Number 10, which year was the roof put on centre court? It was 2009. And how many Wimbledon singles titles do the Williams sisters have? They have 12. Serena has 7 and Venus has 5. So that is the end of your first round. How did you do? If you'd like to send your scores in, that would be wonderful. How many points is it out of? Maybe.
I think 13.
That's not right, is it?
Well, there were 2 extras on one. We'll
Yeah.
take it to 13.
And there are 11 questions.
Oh, there's at least another. probably 14 or 15 max. The Shentons have got 5. Well done. Perhaps not tennis fans. Isabel, sorry, Isabel, not your round then. Did you get Cliff Richard right?
So the answer's coming up quicker on there. So Cheryl, 3.
Really? I thought Cheryl. No, 3, please. Oh, yeah.
No, so that was she wanted number 3 repeated. Lisa McWilliams scored 7.
Somebody's got to get in the double fizzes. Quizzy Rascals, 10, Polly says.
So 7 for the McTaylors.
Yeah.
Quizzy Rascals, 10.
Yeah.
So
5 for the Fruits.
How about so I'm waiting for the Broomhall Brainiacs and the Swanberries
6,
and the Underdogs.
6 for the Broomhalls.
The Swanberries and the Underdogs.
Alice has got 5. Well done. Oh no, 5 for the Fruits.
Fruits,
Sorry,
yeah, I've got that.
Yeah, got that.
Swanberries and the Underdogs. And multiple choice, yes. So we thought the multiple choice might help.
Underdogs, 3. Oh.
So Swanberries, just waiting for your score, please.
Swanberries.
Are they texting me? And I've been made to turn my phone off by a daughter. 7.
Oh, we're off then.
7. So we're off. Well done. So the early leaders are the Quizzy Rascals. So we'll go into round 2. Have you done that right?
I don't know.
Did you press share?
No, probably not.
Yes, you did.
Oh, yeah,
Yes, you did.
Playing.
So round 2, birds and flowers. So sensible round. So you've got to identify very simply what all these birds and flowers are. So I'll leave them up there for a few moments for you. So that's number 1. There'll be 5 birds and 5 flowers. We thought this was appropriate given the amount of time you'll all have been spending in your gardens, those of you that have gardens, right on walks. This is number 2. I haven't put numbers on these.
No. Quite delayed.
This is number 3. This one's my favourite, and it's number 4. This one's number 5. Which brings us on to the flowers. What sort of flower is this sort of flower? There are some teams here that I'm expecting to get really good answers, really good scores for these rounds. And others that I think, I'm not sure that this will be a strength of everybody though. So this is number 7. This is number 8. This is number 9. A delay, isn't it? And this is number 10. So have we got any requests for any of those to be repeated?
Count back, wouldn't we?
Yep.
Three, please. Right, I'll go back slowly. Backwards and forwards. 10 back to 1, and then backwards again. So this
7
is
and 9.
this is still 10.
Okay, that's
Here's 9, which has been requested. Eight. Seven, that's been requested. Six. 5. 4. 3 that was requested. 2. 1. 2. 3. 4.
I know that one.
5. 6.
You're just racing through them now.
7. 8. 9. 10.
Stop. Okay, so I think you've had the chance to see them all 3 times. So shall we go with some answers?
The Griffiths team.
No, they have just messaged. So, number 1 is a bearded tit.
No comments, please.
Number 2 is a black grouse. The obvious question we might get asked is if they said it was a grouse, would we give them a point?
Half a point for grouse. Half a point for tit, I suppose.
It's going well. I knew this would
It's all
happen.
gone wrong. It's a tit. If they'd said it was a tit, I'd give them half a point.
Number 3 is a reed bunting.
If they said it was a bunting, I'd give them half a point. Lots of half points about it.
Puffin.
If you said it was anything other than a puffin, you have minus points.
And number 5 is a goshawk.
If you just said it was a hawk, we might give you half a point as well.
Oh, you're generous today.
Feeling very generous today.
So that is an orchid. Number 7 is a marigold. Number 8 is a lotus. Presumably a lotus blossom, is it?
Lotus, yeah.
Roger's the expert on this round. I'm just reading the answers. Number 9 is a dahlia. Number 10 is a peony. That's it, isn't it? Is that number 10?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Yes. It's going to be Diamond loves this next round.
My favourite round, the next round. So, Quizzy Rascals. Oh, no, have we got any scores?
3?
3, yeah.
I see we've caught them out. Underdogs, 4.5.
So, Quizzy Rascals 3.
Underdogs, 4.5.
Yeah, any more?
Bit of a reversal. Haven't seen any yet.
4.5 for the Swanberries. You see, I had you down for getting all of the flowers right.
4 for the McTaylors. A disappointing round. After all that time Di spent in the garden.
Ah, here we go.
Sue.
The Broomhill Brainiac 6.
Broomhill Brainiac 6.
Underdogs 4.5. I got that one.
I told you that.
So Isabel
5.5. Well done, Isabel.
Well done, Isabel. So looking for the fruits and the shiny shentons.
The fruits, only 2.
Oh. How about the shiny shentons?
Oh, hold on, we've got a correction from Sue.
4.
4, not 6. Quite a correction.
That's correcting it the wrong way.
Very honest, Sue.
So shiny shentons.
Oh, they've probably given up and gone for a drink. You still there, Rach?
She's probably going to shout it over the fence. Yeah, we've got that, Sue, that you got 4. I guarantee that you should all do much better in the next round. Thank you, Rachel.
2? You've been buying plants this week. Well, somebody has.
Oh, Quizzy Rascal, 3.5.
Well, that's gone down. You've all been very hard on yourselves.
So, the scores at the moment are quite closely packed, with the leaders being on 13.5 points and those bringing up the rear being on 7.
So still all to play
for. So this next round, there is an opportunity for lots of points, and I'm sure that you'll all do really, really well. So
you just have to say what you say.
This round is called Name the Davids.
And for those who don't know, the gentleman in the picture is called David, and he may appear in other pictures.
So we're looking for famous Davids. It's because we've gone through a horrible time with COVID. David is one of our NHS surgeons who we're very proud of. So this is for you, David, and for the rest of us to laugh. So who is this David?
I think that's Liz in the background, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is Liz in the background. It's a case of say what you say. Who is this, David? That's Rachel in the background.
Rachel in the background.
We're very thankful for Facebook for getting these gorgeous pictures of our very good friend, David. Who is this, David? Any comments coming through?
I haven't seen any yet.
Thank you, Jane. And how about this, David? Another David for you to identify. So I realised I haven't put numbers on these either. And who is this, David? And how about this, David?
Not to explain. I don't know if we're there yet.
Who is this, David?
Looks like you're wet.
It's a shadow. Yeah. And finally, for those that don't know, the person that you can see on the last picture at the top left is our very good friend, Michael. And he is one of these things. So if you start from Michael, go down, then over to the right and down. Who is this, David? Now, clearly, I'm very fond of this round, so if you'd like me to show you any of those pictures again, please ask.
Three.
Generally, you can't want three again.
Everybody seems to want. Yeah.
Did I 8, 7, 6,
well, you have to go
5,
right back
4,
and go
3.
from the front.
All right. So this is 1. This is 2. This was 3.
It's not. Don't concern yourself with the written content. It's what it is. So it doesn't,
stop giving clues.
It doesn't refer in any way to it being a school or anything school related.
Oh, Jane obviously thinks they've done well on this round. She's saying, stop letting them see. Okay, I assume that you're all happy then. So I'm going to stroll on in to the answers.
Ooh, give them a minute.
Well, they've had ages to say, which they want. So we'll start off with, oh, there's one more. Sorry, I've missed one out. I thought that last one was the last one, but in fact, this is number 10.
Two again, please, from Lisa.
Oh, okay.
That was...
I know which one it was. So that's number 10.
9, 8, 7, 6.
I know which is 2. That one's number 2.
Huh?
I think, yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's go for the answers then. Dinah's very proud of this round.
I had great fun putting it together.
9 and 10. Cheryl. That's 9.
That's 9. So the person at the top left is called Michael.
Yeah, sorry, Cheryl, there is a 10th. It's the one with the cat on is the 10th.
This is number 10. I'll give you a bit longer in number 10 because, sorry, I got overexcited at number 9.
So I'm not seeing comments on Facebook.
No, there aren't comments on Facebook. They're all watching them on. I've looked repeatedly. There aren't any on.
Okay. Okay, let's.
Go on then.
I've got the button now. Number 1.
David Beckham. See, that was easy. Say what you see. Number 2. David Bowie. Number 3. David Letterman.
It's a bit American, isn't it?
Oh, sorry. But it still exists.
Lots of people know him. David Letterman.
Go on, next. David Tennant. There are 10 ants on that picture. This is David Cameron.
Not Nick and not something.
This is obviously the very great Sir David Attenborough, which wasn't a case of say what you see in this picture, but we thought it was quite a good clue. David Copperfield. Then we've got David Pocock, great Australian rugby player. And this is Michelangelo's David. Michelangelo's David.
Uncensored.
I had to look very hard to find that picture. There were lots of pictures with just him from sort of the navel upwards, but I did find one of the whole David. And finally, number 10 is David Williams.
Williams. Some high scores then we're looking for.
So, scores on the doors, please.
Score. And then it's break, isn't it?
It is.
Quizzy Rascals 9. Well done, Pauls. And Jack. And Judith. And Martin.
Which one did you get wrong?
Underdog 7. The Fruits.
Swanberry's
8.
10. Sorry, the Fruits.
8.
Yeah.
Underdog 7. Isabel 3. The Malts, who are
Broomhall Brainiacs.
9.
Well done. McTaylors.
Sentons 5.
Well done, Rachel.
8 for the McTaylors. Tennant was too hard. Oh dear.
But brilliant. That's praise indeed.
It was a fun round. Yeah.
Well, we're glad you like that. So before we go into give you your challenge for your break, want to share with you our scores, see how
Very
you're
close.
doing. So can I get rid of that? It'll come up there in a minute.
I don't know if really they can see that. But...
Oh, I don't know if you, I could zoom. Oh, no, you can't see all of it now. Oh, this is terribly complicated. So that's the scores. So at the top of the board, we've got the Quizzy Rascals on 22.5, closely followed by the Swanberries on 21.5. And bringing up the rear Well, there's quite a closely fought contest for the bottom end of the table as well. So it's all to play for. So our challenge for you whilst we have a break is we've taken inspiration from the Saturday morning radio program on Radio 2, and we're going to give you 7 minutes to come up with a photograph of you or your team members with 5 things beginning with J. So 5 things beginning with J. Send us your photos. Are you on the gin? Yeah, okay. Tidy up.
If you want to mute us, or
No. Do we want to mute ourselves?
put some music on for them.
No, I'm waiting for photos to come through. So did you like that round? Was that a round worth doing? I have. Cheers. This is a clear up gooseberry gin. Oh, with bits in it. About 4 years ago, we came back from being on the boat. And when I got home, my gooseberry bush, this is when we lived in Chandler's Ford, had 22 pounds of gooseberries on it. And I made out of some of those gooseberries some gooseberry gin, and this is the last of it. So I know somebody's got some gooseberries. If anybody wants to give me gooseberries, we can make more gooseberry gin.
More gin in the cupboard than you can.
Shake a stick at.
I'd rather have a crumble.
Really?
You can have a vote. Who would rather have crumble or gooseberry gin?
Right, you got a photo from Cheryl.
And we'll quiz again at the.
I said so. We're going to quiz again at
25
past. Oh, well, that's ages.
Oh, I've got a picture of Jam and Jonathan in the background. Green gauge Jam.
Yeah, there has to be 5 things beginning with J, Cheryl. It's a good start.
That's 2.
Nobody in with photos of all 5 things yet? I'm imagining you all running around your houses. I'm thinking of Jane trying to find 5 hats on the subject that might possibly begin with J.
John and Jumper. That's
3.
Still 3. Gerald, keep going.
It's supposed to be 1 photograph with 5 things in, not 5 photographs of things beginning with J.
A jar. John and a jar. We're getting there. Let's not labour the point. If we'd said tea, she could have grabbed Tony.
Oh.
Jam.
Don't say them, more people will get them. Oh.
Nice to see you, Claire.
Nice to see you, Claire. Haven't seen you for ages. 1, 2, 3.
Jug.
Yeah, what's that?
Jar.
Is that a jar?
Yeah.
And James, yeah, we'll give that to you. So the Swannery's in first. Thank you, Liz. I wondered what was in that jar.
We mentioned that one earlier, and you said, Donna
Told
said
you
you'd
off.
have told me off because I'd have said jalapeno instead of jalapeno or whatever it's supposed to be.
Good one. So that's the first photo in.
John and his jaw.
That's stooping to a very low point. We got any more coming in?
Hello, Colleen. Somebody said hello, Colleen.
I said hello. We will show you all the pictures. They will all come up, but waiting for more. Only got one. Hey. I've got a second one in. Jacket juice jug Jaffa cakes.
John and jeans. Yeah. Okay, Cheryl, I think you've got it.
Jacket juice jug. Oh, they're coming in now. That's a good one. That's a good one. Jazz. Laugh. Who else have I got coming in here? I had another round here on Messenger. I'm very impressed that you've all got jugs. Rephrase that. Right, I shall play with those. I think we've got quite a few photos coming in, so keep sending them in. And I will put them all up. You see, I knew you'd say that, Jane. As I said it to myself, I thought, well, that's not coming out right. That's what I want.
Right, I've got Cheryl's as a single photo now.
Oh.
If you look on our save photos,
Yeah, that doesn't help. No.
No. What would help?
Hey, good photo, Shentons. Oh,
It's there now.
yeah. I've got it. Okay, so are you going to do the next round and I will...
Yeah, I can do the next round. Well, a few minutes, yeah. The cat is called Jet, apparently. Says Sue.
Two chicks. Ha ha.
Okay, so round 4, another topical, because this weekend would have been Glastonbury weekend. We've got 10 questions on Glastonbury and related stuff. So
you do it because I'm playing with the photos. Do you know what you've done? If you've done it, you've done it. Go for it.
I'm all over it. Just giving them a few more seconds. So I'll crack on with some questions about Glastonbury. Question 1, who headlined the first ever festival? Appreciating that that's 50 years ago and some of you weren't born then, but
most of us.
It's been talked about a lot recently in the press and on the BBC. So who headlined the first ever festival? Well, it wasn't actually called Glastonbury Festival. The first year it was called the Pilton Jazz and Blues Festival or something similar. Question 2. So which headliner in 2009 played for 2 hours and 40 minutes? So long that it went beyond the curfew and the festival was fined £3,000 for finishing late. I don't know who complained about him finishing late. I don't know who was in earshot. But so who in 2009 played for so long that it was late and the festival was fined £3,000? Question 3, which 2 artists have headlined the most? Is it Coldplay and The Cure? Obviously not together. Is it Coldplay and Radiohead? Is it The Killers and David Bowie? Or is it Oasis and Neil Young? So which 2 artists have headlined the most? Answer A, Coldplay and The Cure. Answer B, Coldplay and Radiohead. Answer C, The Killers and David Bowie. Do you not want those?
I'd rather have nice ones.
Right, it's D, Oasis and Neil Young. Question 4, who was the first woman to headline the festival? Very sadly, very few women have headlined Glastonbury Festival. But who was the first? Is it Adele, Suzanne Vega, Beyonce, or Sinead O'Connor? The first woman to headline the festival, Adele, Suzanne Vega, Beyonce, or Sinead O'Connor? Question 5. Which festival broadcast, obviously in more recent years it's been much broadcast, so which festival broadcast had the highest viewing figures of 3 million people? Was it the lovely Kylie Minogue in 2019, the equally lovely Ed Sheeran in 2017, perhaps Adele in 2016, or possibly the Foo Fighters in 2017? Question 6, which band will not play at the festival because of a clash over badges? Juice, Jug, Jelly.
The cat's name begins with J.
Jacket and,
Jet. Right, so I've got pictures from Cheryl to fit in. How many pictures did Cheryl send?
Loads, but I put them all together.
Oh, they're all one?
Yeah, I put them all in one. Question 7, who would have been this year's legend performer? Who would have been this year's Legends performer? Neil Young, Stevie Wonder, Paul McCartney, or Diana Ross? Neil Young, Stevie Wonder, Paul McCartney, or Diana Ross in the Legends slot. Question 8. Which year did the pyramid stage first appear? Which year did the pyramid stage first appear?
678, is that right?
Question 9. Which I should say Euro. Which Euro 2004 game was screened to 65,000 festival goers? That was obviously an England match, but who were they playing? Were they playing Portugal, France, Switzerland, or Holland? So obviously Glastonbury clashed with Euro 2004, so they screened one of the games that year. And question 10, the ticket price for the first festival was a whole pound, £1. And that was for the day because it was only a one-day festival. But what was included in the ticket price? So what was included in the ticket price of the first festival? So anybody need any repeats of those?
Cheryl will send you 4 photos. Oh, Cheryl wants 1, 2, and 3. Number 1. Who headlined the first festival? Hawkwind, Pink Floyd, T-Rex, or David Bowie?
She sent 5 photos, but I
Didn't include Jack and John in his jaw.
No.
That was number 1.
2 and 3.
Number 2. Which headliner in 2009 played for 2 hours and 40 minutes, leading to the festival being fined £3,000 for finishing late? They can hear us eating those. It's not very nice. To sack them. Number 3. Which 2 artists have headlined the most? Coldplay and The Cure, Coldplay and Radiohead, The Killers and David Bowie, or Oasis and Neil Young?
Is over there?
Any more for any more? So are we done? Go.
Just flip through them. Okay, so on to the answers for this is round 4. We've got to discuss, we're going to give a bonus point for the first photo in, but we're also going to look at the photos and
Yes.
give points for the
Yes.
which we consider to be the best. So I think the first one in was definitely the Emery's, wasn't it?
Emery's. Yes, the Swanneries.
Swanneries. Anyway, here we go. The next round.
Swan
Oh no, answers. Who headlined the first festival was T-Rex. Answer C. Tyrannosaurus Rex or T-Rex. Mark Bolan was the most famous person from that band.
How many points are we giving for sending in a photo, and how many points are we giving for sending in the photos first?
Well, first was got to be at least a point.
At least a whole point.
The whole point. The headliner in 2009, it's famous for very long shows, is Bruce Springsteen. Wish I'd been there. That would have been amazing. So Bruce Springsteen is the answer to number 2, because he just loves playing, I think. When he's on stage, he just doesn't come off. Interestingly, well, not interesting really, they interviewed Liam Gallagher today, and his view is that an hour is enough. I have to agree with him, an hour of him is enough for me.
Oh.
But Bruce Springsteen, 2 hours, 40 minutes, absolutely. Answer 3, who's headlined the most? It's Coldplay and The Cure. I think it's 4 times each, I think. So answer A for 3 is Coldplay and The Cure. Question 4, the first woman to headline the festival was answer B, Suzanne Vega. Strangely enough, when I was doing that research, she, because of death threats made to her band, she performed wearing a bulletproof vest. So Suzanne Vega in 1989, the first woman to headline the festival. Question 5, the highest viewing figures for a broadcast is answer A, which was Kylie Minogue in 2019. I think it was actually 3.2 million viewers. As Diana's not here, I could say I'd give a point for anybody who's got Kylie Minogue's gold hot pants and can send me a picture.
What, of the hot pants, of them wearing the hot
Of them wearing them.
There are some people I wouldn't really want to see anybody in. I
won't wait for that. Question 6, which band will not play at the festival because of a clash over badges? That's Queen, because famously Brian May is a Badger supporter, and Michael Eavis, as a farmer, is supportive of badgers being culled.
To protect his dairy herd, I think.
Protect his dairy herd, which may link into one of the other answers later. Question 7, who would have been this year's legend performer? Was going to be Diana Ross. Just answer D, Diana Ross. Question 8, which year did the Pyramid Stage first appear? It was 1971, so not at the first festival, which was in 1970, but the following year they built the Pyramid Stage. There's actually been 3 or 4 different incarnations of the Pyramid Stage, obviously getting bigger as the years have gone on. Number 9, it was England versus Portugal was the game screened during the Euro 2004. So that's answer A. And finally, the ticket price included free milk because it's a dairy farm. Worthy Farm is a dairy farm. You don't get free milk now, but you did then. So, lovely.
So,
are we going to be able to put some photos up before the final round?
You want to start sending your answers in? That would be wonderful. And I will see if I can get the...
Quizzy Rascals 6. Shall I write this down?
Yeah.
Well done, Polly. Fruits. Not a big festival goer then, Alice.
So how many have we got? Quizzy Rascal 6.
Yeah. 2.5 for the McTaylor. I can't remember how you got a half, but never mind.
McTaylor's how many?
2.5.
No, how did they manage that? Swanberry's 6. Oh, it's neck and neck at the top.
2.5 for the McTaylors. We knew that.
Yeah, who else have you got there?
Quizzy Rascals 6.
Underdogs 3.
Frouds 2. I can't see Underdogs.
Frouds 2.
Oh, Underdogs 3. Half for Coldplay. Oh, yes, fair enough.
What, you got cold?
Yeah, well, they knew it was either A or B. In other words, you got it wrong. If you chose Coldplay, you got it wrong.
So, did you just get 1? Well done, Shiny Shenton's 5.
Ah, it's the youth, you see.
So, Sue, just the 1.
Oh, well done, Sue. Which question did you get right, Sue?
Isabel.
Was it the milk?
7, Isabel. Stunning. You're obviously a Radio 2 listener, because we were observing yesterday that if anybody had listened to a particular item on Radio 2 yesterday afternoon, they would have got all the answers to those questions. So well done. Right. No, let's sort that the right way around.
Yes, Polly, other people seem to be getting half for Coldplay.
Really?
Polly wants a half as well.
Am I adding half a point in for Polly? Anybody else claiming a half?
Right, whose answers haven't we got?
Don't do festivals, Portugal. Oh, you got the Portugal one right.
Yeah, well done.
Well, you won up on me.
No, so that was a football question hidden in a round on Glastonbury. And Shenton's want half as well.
Everybody wants a half. So the Shentons are claiming a half for that as well, are they?
And the Frouds. I could be really harsh.
Sue, do you want half for that as well? I'm sure you must have said Coldplay as part of that answer. Well done, Isabel. See, Isabel's on it. She's listening to the right podcasts. Right, let me see if I can.
Are we showing some pictures?
I don't know. I don't know if I can open that one at the same time. I have to wait till the end, but I do have pictures to show you that I will show you when the quiz has completed.
Okay.
So, do you want to see the scores? These are the scores. Must be able to get rid of this bit.
You can just move it.
Jack, you could. There we go. Look at that. That's almost impressive. So at the top, we've got a tie at the top for Quizzy Rascals and the Swanberries. So the Swanberries leapt 1 ahead because they were the first in with the photo. Quizzy Rascals, I know, I hear what you say, that you were second. McTaylor's third.
Oh, so these bonuses are on the fact that they've done it.
And that they came.
And we haven't judged them yet.
No, but they all got 5 items beginning with J.
So they all get a point.
So they all get a point. But there was 2 points for the
Fruits?
They didn't send one.
Okay.
And Isabel didn't send one.
Fair enough.
So they don't get any points for it.
It's quite tight, really, isn't it?
It's very tight. Very tight.
It's quite tight here.
So the 5th round is a general knowledge round. So this should be
mostly from the BBC website 2 days ago.
So here we go. So news and general knowledge. I love your comment, Lisa. Don't give half to everyone. That was hard earned. So what tourist site opened this week to those willing to climb? That should say climb. 674 steps. Sorry. All the typos are due because I was so excited about the David round. So that's been all over the news. That's a full point for everybody, I expect. Albums getting red. Number 2, Russians are voting on reforms which, if passed, would allow President Putin to remain in power until when?
You're going to give me year either side.
Which you're given 2 points for getting it right and 1
Dead
point for
on.
being a year out.
Yeah, okay. A la
Ken Bruce. In
Ken
best
Bruce.
Ken Bruce fashion, if you're 1 year out, you can have 1. If you're on the dot, you can have 2 points. Number 3,
and I think that the term voting is a bit loosely
yes, possibly quite loose.
interpreted in Russia anyway.
The Caribbean has been shrouded by a dust cloud, but where is that dust cloud from?
Or the Caribbean.
The Caribbean?
Could be the Caribbean. Or
Caribbean.
the Caribbean.
Did I say Caribbean?
No, I did.
Oh, I thought you were saying
I've had a gin.
mispronounced.
I've had a gin beginning with a J.
You haven't had a gin. With J. Number 4, Kenya has been fighting a plague, but what is the plague of?
Could put some pictures in these, right?
We've given a clue. 5,
No, the answer.
which self-balancing vehicle launched in 2001 and it is about to stop production?
Well, they're about to stop producing it.
Number 6, which organisation is to honour its first black female engineer by naming their headquarters after her? Number 7, BBC One's quiz, Pointless, has been exported to a number of other countries. What is it called in Serbia? A, less is more. B, 0 with honours. C, no one thought of that. D, the fewer the better. I like that question.
Yeah, it's not my question. That's Dinah's question. She got involved at this point.
Number 8, a question of sport has been running since 1970, much like Glastonbury. Who were the first team captains? Choice of 3 here, George Best and Ray Illingworth, Emlyn Hughes and Gareth Edwards, Cliff Morgan and Henry Cooper.
You don't get a half point for only getting one of them right.
Should have been a quarter point, really, because Coldplay was in 2 answers, wasn't it?
Well, actually meant that they got it completely wrong.
Exactly.
Never mind.
Number 9, the Empire Windrush was used as a troop ship in World War II by which country?
This was my favourite question. I found this one on Wikipedia.
Oh, so it's probably
So
not true.
it might not be true. According to Wikipedia.
The Empire Windrush was used as a troop ship in World War II by which country?
Yeah.
That's true.
The Quizmaster's always right.
And number 10, in University Challenge in 1975, which team answered every question with either Che Guevara, Marx, Trotsky or Lenin as a protest? They were banned for several years. So which university team answered every question with that? And I will offer a bonus point.
So generous.
If you know what they were protesting about. So that's the 10 questions. Have we got any requests for more repeats of any of them?
5, please.
Oh yeah, who's asking for that?
Ciao.
Oh, Joe. I thought it was going to be the kids.
Is Barbara playing tonight? Is Barbara in a team? She isn't in the photos.
No, I've not seen Barbara in the photo.
So, self-balancing vehicle launched in 2001.
Any other requests for more?
Okay, well, it's
Time getting on.
time's getting on. If we're going to finish by 9, we're going to crack on with answers.
Go on then.
Answer 1, the French tourist site is the Eiffel Tower. That's only
Tour Eiffel.
to Eiffel. It's only to the second stage.
We climbed every single one of those steps right up to the top last year.
No, we didn't climb to the top. We climbed to the second stage, and then we got the
Oh,
lift
then
to the
you
top.
have to get the lift to the top
Yeah.
bit. Oh, okay. We did
Much
those
too narrow.
steps.
Anyway, it is open until the second stage now. The Russians, if they allow President Putin, is going to stay until 2036.
So
That's
2
true.
points for 2036, 1 point for 2035 or 2037.
Yes. Or half a point for Karl Marx. So that's amazing, isn't it? True democracy. Question 3, the Caribbean has been shrouded by a dust cloud from the Sahara. Prevailing winds and all that. Number 4, Kenya has been fighting a plague of locusts, as if
It's very biblical.
COVID wasn't enough. They've got locusts as well. Question 5, so self-balancing vehicle is the Segway, popular as touristy things like Diana. We've heard I go on them in Rome, Segways.
We did. You did a boys' night out segwaying, didn't you?
At Marwell, yeah. Number 6, it's NASA. The space people are recognising this first black female engineer, Mary Jackson. She was the subject of a film called Hidden Figures.
Which is an excellent film.
Good film. NASA, anyway, is the answer. 7, the BBC's Pointless in its Serbian version is called No One Thought of That.
The other 3 are names that the programme is known by in other countries around the world. But in Serbia, it is No One Thought of That.
Which is good. Question 8, question of sport. First people were answer C, Cliff Morgan and Henry Cooper. Imagine the quizzy rascals have never even heard of Cliff Morgan or Henry Cooper.
Well, they'll have heard of Henry Cooper, surely. I didn't know who Cliff Morgan was.
Rugby player.
Yeah.
The Empire Windrush, not under that name, it was renamed, was built in Germany and was used as a troop ship by Germany in the Second World War. And then at the end of the war, obviously, as the victors, it was grabbed and renamed, became the Empire Windrush. And then became famous and infamous in equal measure. And question 10, the wonderful Manchester University protested, and only Diana knows what the protest was about, because I can't remember.
They were protesting about the fact that Oxford could enter a number of teams for different colleges. So the other universities could only enter one team as a university, but Oxford,
And Cambridge.
but it was Oxford specifically they were protesting about, but they were able to enter a number of teams for the different colleges.
And they still can, so the protest didn't really
Didn't work
come
at
to
all.
much. So throw us your answers, and Dinah's going to try and get some pictures for you to look at. Oh, we've got 5s and 6s and 7s.
Can you put them in?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not trusted. Seven. Taylor's. Six. That's Cheryl. 5. Well done. Seven. Alice, 7. What's Alice, the fruits?
Yes. So Shenton's got 8.
Shenton's got 8. One and only Isabel. Enya.
Oh, 5 for the
Broomhalls.
no, Swanberries.
Yeah, so I'm only after Broomhall and the one and only Isabel.
Oh, sorry, I was going to show you some pictures while you're throwing in the answers.
So we're just waiting for Broomhall and the one and only, I think.
Oh, I didn't do that very well in that first picture, did I?
Jazz, Jumper.
Sorry, this first picture,
Jam.
I've not...
No, sorry, we've left out. Is it that? No, because you've sliced it already.
I know.
Ah.
There we go. Right, sorry.
No, it's the still cut.
There we go. That's it. So photos.
Well done, the Shentons. Top on that round, I think.
These are the photos that we got while we're waiting for
Broomhall and Isabel.
Broomhall and Isabel. So this is the picture you can see at the moment is from the Swanberries. So we've got the jalapeno peppers. You've got Jamie Oliver. Down the bottom with Mike and Liz, we've got a jug and we've got jalapeno something in a jar. And we've got Jane and her plum jam.
And you've got Jane.
And Jane.
So
that's 6.
Well done.
These are the Quizzy Rascals. We've got Judith, top left. We've got a jar of jam. We've got a jumper.
Jazz and juice.
Jazz and juice.
Jazz, juice, jumper.
Whose saxophone have you got there, Polly? Just asking. And here we have Grace with a jug, some juice, some Jaffa cakes, a jacket. Oh, and there's something behind that I can't see.
Somebody's knee. We could think of a J in there. A jaw.
No, it's not a jaw. It's a jacket, juice, jug, Jaffa cakes, japonica.
Japonica.
And a special point because there's no dog in the picture. Thank you for pointing that out, Lisa.
Judith's saxophone.
I didn't know you played a saxophone too. Then we've got the
Jasmine.
Shiny Shentons who've got juice, jug, jar. I'm not sure what Nathan's holding.
It's a dog in the picture, though.
Oh, that's points taken off, isn't it?
-1.
And I'm not sure what Kevin's got also in his pocket, in his hand. Juice, jug, jam, jacket, and jelly.
Yeah, he's got a jacket. Yeah.
Okay. And then these are the Broomhall Brainiacs, and we've got a jacket. We've got a cat called Jet, juice, jug, and jelly.
Jacket, juice, jug, jelly. Yeah.
And then we have
From
the
Cheryl.
underdogs. So this is
Jar.
Jonathan,
Jar.
jam, jumper, and jeans.
First jeans.
Woo!
That did Grace have jeans on?
She might well have been wearing jeans. Who knows? So have we got all the scores? Sue.
No, I haven't
Sue.
got that.
Oh, Sue sent points twice and I've ignored her. Sorry, 4.
Isabel.
Isabel's got
Isabel?
4. Sorry, it was because we were watching it on one thing and so we couldn't see the results. So we can now give you the results.
We've got to give on bonus points, though.
We've given bonus points.
What for the... Oh, right, okay. Okay, it's tight, though.
Tight at the top. And this is our final scores. So first place, Quizzy Rascals with 37. Second place, Swanberries with 35. Third place, McTaylors, 28.5. But really, really tight. In fact, you've not sorted it by...
Have I not sorted it?
No.
Is it not sorted itself?
Well, just down here, it's not sorted. In fact, yeah, because then fourth would have been the Shiny Shentons.
Oh.
You've not... I can only apologise that I left Roger in charge of the spreadsheet.
It's probably because there isn't numbers in these two fields.
No, it's because you haven't sorted it.
We'll sort it then.
But thank you. There we have it. That was
another quiz.
So thank you very much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed it. If there was stuff you liked that you'd like us to do it again, and if we have another quiz, if there's a round you particularly like, if there's a round you'd like us to have that we haven't had, that you think would be a good round, then please let us know. Other than that, have a lovely, lovely evening.
Family fix, cheeky.
Feel free to chat. We'll stay here for a bit. And we'll
put everybody on,
collect the comments. Those chaps at the bottom are rubbish. Oh, I just wanted to try. If someone sends a comment, can I? Oh, broken now.
Connection lost.
That's because you put dodgy batteries in the mouse.
I'll just do it on.
Oh, you see, I can put messages up.
Yeah.
Well, that's clever. I can't get it down.
Where would it go if you put another one up? It's gone.
No, it hasn't.
Yeah.
Hide. Okay.
Yeah, it goes when you pick another one.
Any more comments like that of liked the David round?
David round was the best. We could do a Polly round.
I'm not sure there are that many Pollys.
Famous Pollys, loads of them.
Obviously, for a price, we will share the David round to those of you that might feel you have a need for it. Well done, Shentons. Coming forth, just one family. That's brilliant work. Well, there are other rounds where the David round... There's another round in my head that I've been talking about doing, but I thought it might have been a bit much if you had the David round and this other round. So we'll see for another time. Good night, everybody. I think we're gonna go. So
church tomorrow.
See you at church tomorrow, those of you that will be here, or at coffee afterwards.
Or follow Polly's church.
But lots of love. Thank you for coming. Good night.